What up? Welcome to Lab After Dark. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. I used to always, for some reason, go by Josh. And for some reason, I like Joshua. I like them both. My grandma would always say, your mother named you Joshua. All right, cool. So that makes sense, I guess. Tomorrow on the lab, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. Dr. Gary and I we will be doing a call-in show, and hopefully we'll see you guys over there. Should be good. We'll be on after the interview room. And so that's something to look forward to, I think. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Gary's looking forward to it. We just need you to look forward to it. But if you don't, there's nothing I can do for you. Let's see. Lisa says, my son is named Joshua, and I didn't tell him, and I didn't let anyone call him different. Now he's both Joshua and Josh. I think that's what happens when you get a little bit older. Like that, you kind of sort of take on another name. Like, people shorten your name for you. Like, Richard becomes Ricky, then Rick, then... I don't know why. I'm not sure. But, Dr. Gary Bricado, author of The New Evil, co-author, and I believe he's writing another book too. So, yeah, Joshy. I've been called Joshy before. I've been called a lot of different things. My 24-year-old son is visiting friends in Boston. He called me tonight and said, "Mom, Boston is full of Irish pubs." You don't say. Yeah, it is full of Irish pubs. It certainly is. It's full of Irish people. Boston is it's a really pretty place, but it can be a rough town. I'm going to make myself stay up tomorrow. I've missed every lab with the doctor. Man, every single one. Huh? Please hit that like button on the way in. We're going to have, I think, let's see, we have some John Deere letters queued up for, look, I did an impromptu live yesterday. I'm sure some of you've seen it. Some of you haven't. Bar is short for Bartholomew. What's Rod short for? I'm curious. Rod. So anyway, when lives like that happen, and by the way, it was very impromptu. I was contacted after Seth's live by Tony and asked, not demanded, not said, "Hey, dickhead, you're going live." It was a question. Would you? Could you? And I said, I can and I will. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but he didn't twist my arm. He didn't hypnotize me. He didn't say, "Hey, if you don't do this, I will kick you in the nuts the next time I'm driving through Northern California to sell a crane." No, none of that happened. It was a question, and I answered. See, Rod, short for Rodney. Bar, short for Bartholomew. I can understand shortening Bartholomew. That's one that I can understand. What I can't understand is like the breakdown of the three. You know what I'm saying? Like you got, if somebody's name's Richard, then it becomes Ricky or Rick or Dick or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's a lot to it. But as usual, I get hammered on, and I knew that I would. I've told you guys this before, that, anytime you take you accept a request like that from something that from somebody that is deemed either controversial or not, liked, or there's just people out there that stalk every single move they make, because they want everybody to know that they dislike that person, and this is why they dislike that person, and you need to feel the exact same way that they do. And one of the questions I get asked every single time, never fails, because those lives get a decent amount of attention. And it's just the way it is. I can't help that, people, I don't know. I don't really get I don't understand it, but I don't really try to understand it. I mean, I guess that you cannot like me or my personality or whatever it is. I don't know. I mean, personally, I think that my personality is my best trait, but I'm sure some would disagree. I'm not exactly Rico Suave. If you ask B. Tim, B. Tim thinks I'm sexy, which is super odd. And I'm trying to slim down for him, just to appease him, because that's what I want to do. I want to bend a knee to toxic masculinity. Hey, sugar, lose some weight. Shut up. I mean, to me, that's just weird. And like I said, the corner right there, you see this? I'm not fixing it. It's just not going to happen. Because I don't want to. All right, Joshua, you need to feel exactly how I do. You need to miss the dumb days Wade Wilson calls so mindless. Look, we'll go back to stuff like that, but, we got stuff to talk about. You're a bit whiny at times, but overall, you're pretty great. I don't think I'm whiny at all, actually. Not even a little bit. How dare you? How dare you say that about me? That hurts my feelings. Oh, my God. Whiny? I never whine. What? I'm a whiner? Yeah, it's got a certain je ne sais quoi about it, I like it. It's one of my favorite things. And, yeah, he probably does. It's all right. I mean, I've had guys have crushes on me before. Believe it or not. Only a couple. I mean, but I'm not gay, Even if I was, who cares? But I'm not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think I'm gay. You never can tell, though. The night's, young. But then again, what's straight, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into the philosophy of it. I'm just kidding. Nah, I don't think so. Not. It's. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somehow I'll manage to figure it out. I think I mean, from what I hear, he's already old, so I don't really need to do that. So I'm good with it. Sounds like B Tim's already grown old. I don't know. I don't know if he has or not. I don't even know who he is. I don't know what he looks like. I don't want to know what he looks like, and I don't want to know who he is. I really am not. I swear to God, I'm not even curious. So I'm sure some people are. Me, I'm not. Yes, I have. I certainly have. And I'm gonna wait like a couple days to talk about that. I mean, it seems like everybody's already talking about it, and let them cover that. It's fine. I mean, I get it that Seth says that he has renewed hope. God bless him. I hope that something pans out there. I really do. That would be excellent. But anyway, why did I do the interview with Tony last night? Well, part of the reason is because I like to ask questions. I like to have a conversation, and I like to ask questions and engage in those kinds of conversations, no matter what the subject matter is, usually. And so I like to do that. And kind of when I got the ask, hey, would you do this? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, sure. I don't mind. And so, he kind of prepped me a little bit. I was completely in the dark about it, just like everybody else. So that always comes into play. I don't even know. I don't know. I had never heard of that lady until last night. I didn't know what went on. And let me say this as well. I get that it's a very sensitive subject when, people are talking about litigation and things like that. And I saw some people, I got emails, I got messages, oh my God, people saying, you opened yourself up for this or that. First of all, I'm not as dumb as people think that I am. I get that I'm not the smartest person around. I've never claimed to be. I never will claim to be. But I'm allowed to have an opinion about anything. Opinions are not actionable for a lawsuit. They're just not. You can think and say things. If you have an opinion, there has to be an element of criminality. There has to be an element of deception, and on and on and on. There's just so many things that you need to do to claim any sort of liability or whatever. And not only that, because I knew what was happening, I talked to a civil attorney right before it. Say, hey, what do I need to do to protect myself? Well, is the person on your screen, that you're interviewing, does that person share your views? No. Does he speak for you? No. Are the views that are expressed through him the same as yours? No. I don't even know about it. Of course not. And that's all you have to say. You're allowed to interview people. You're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to, all these things you're allowed to do. Okay. So the fact that opening myself up to litigation, I'm not concerned about it. I've never been concerned about it. Josh is the most unintelligent. I mean, I don't know if I'm the most, but I don't want to say because gig girls say, "Oh, you're being a little whiner, you little bitch." I could just hear her saying that right now. Let me see. Thank you, Mary, for gifting a Lab After Dark membership. Who got it? I want to know who got it. Who got it? Whistle while you lurk. What up? It's not even that I didn't. It's not that I didn't agree with them. I didn't know the situation. I just don't know the situation. I wasn't there, and I was definitely okay to have a conversation with Tony. But for some reason, people take that as blind loyalty. That anything that he says or anybody that I talk to, I agree with. I argue with everybody. I will argue with anybody. I love to argue about stuff. Some people say it's debating. I don't really say it's that. I say it's arguing. If I don't think that somebody's correct, if I don't agree with somebody, I'll let them know. I got no problem with that. I do it all the time. I don't know if any of you guys happen to catch the stream with McDonough when we were all arguing about gun laws. We argued about it. It got intense. And it probably went on for a good hour. Now, I have a lot of respect for those guys. I have a lot of respect for McDonough. I have a lot of respect for Dr. Gary. We don't agree on everything, ever. Well, sometimes we do. It did. It got a little contentious, I mean, it was one that was like, all right, fine, let's just knock it off. But, that's okay. Like I said, we're allowed to do it. Cherry and Max. Fun fact, owned a monkey. And thank you so much for gifting 5 Lab After Dark memberships. It's very kind of you. Let's see. Who got him here? Look at that. Love it. B. Tim seems to think we all believe he's tall with a 6-pack. Yeah, I mean, I never thought that, but that's good. I mean, look, I wouldn't personally. I would do everything I could just to get this one out of the way. But you know what? Sometimes you just, it's not my decision. They handle it the way that they want to handle it. It doesn't mean I back it. It doesn't mean that I'm against it. It doesn't mean anything. They can do what they want to do, and I can ask the questions that I want to ask. That's what makes a fine conversation. But I do want to show you something, because we're gonna do a little bit of John Deere letters here, because I do truly think that this shows a bit for Linda's future debates. Oh, with those, although I if you ask her today, I was right about the dog, 100%. I nailed every aspect of it. Boom, 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 boom. But I'm not always right. contrary to popular belief. I'm also not a celebrity, contrary to what people believe. Okay, here we go. Let's do. Oh, what the hell is that? That didn't work at all, did it? Okay, here we go. Here is our first Dear John letter. John Deere letter. Dear John letters. Here we go. All right. Joe Lindell. I don't know how to pronounce that. I can't believe you believe this. You should do your own research. All right. Well, I mean, these get worse as they go along. Like, that's a mild one. And, God bless that person. They don't like me. Josh, you're not helping. You're helping spread. Helping it's the BS. What is that? Oh boy. Not good. What was that about? Josh, you're not helping. You're helping spread it's the BS. I think there's an insult in there somewhere. I'm not really sure. We got a couple more that, like I said, these get worse. I think we only have 2 more. But first of all, I didn't say that I believed anything. I have no reason to doubt. I see a lot of people say, oh, he's a liar, or this person's a liar, that person's a liar. There's a lot of really sanctimonious people on YouTube, and a lot of perfect people that don't put themselves on Front Street, that hide behind a keyboard or whatever on their phone, that will never show their face and don't want any part of their lives examined. And it's not always pleasant because, humans are imperfect and we all make mistakes, and we all are completely fallible, and, it's on us to try to be better as humans. And I can tell you that when I do make mistakes, and I do quite often, that I try my best to do better. I really do. I'm confused too. It's a weird one. Wait, what is it? I heard someone short today and they played beat him. Beat him said something about people can't come on TV and say things like that. He meant YouTube. So now YouTube is his TV. It probably is. Probably is. All right. Like I said, these get worse as we go along here. All right. Kiss Space Gem 75 says, Josh, I hate your guts. Pathetic excuse for a man. How dare you side with them? I was wrong about you. You hate my guts. I mean, geez, what did I do? Josh, I hate your guts. It's kind of a common thing. Like, I hear that one a lot. Simmer down. Hate my guts. What the hell? What did I do? I don't know what I did for you to hate my guts, but side with them. Who the frig is them? This is the mental stuff that happens the day after. Yeah, I was thinking that there could have been a little more something, it's just that's kind of weird. Kind of harsh, you think? A little bit? The person doesn't know me. They don't know. They have no idea about me. They hear stuff from other people that are lunatics and psychos and whatever. It's a little much, right? If they were shady ones, what happened? I don't know. You love my guts? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it gets a little much, and like I expect it now. But once again, let me tell you this: you see what's on the screen here, and I got to tell you that this is one of the reasons that I do this is what I do, or that's why I do what I did last night. Because I'm not going to let these people who harass my comments email me, DM me, dictate anything that I do or say or talk to. It will never happen. You can say whatever you want. I do what I want to do, and I talk to who I want to talk to at any time. And that, my friends, is why I decided to do that, because I knew that I could be fair and listen back to it. Even if you hate my guts, you little shithead, you can hate my guts all you want. But that was a fair interview. It was a fair discussion. It is part of the reason that I take pride in doing it, because I think majority of people do understand that I personally am interested in what people have to say. I always have. I've always been that way. What's up, Mr. E? Is it Mr. or Mrs.? I don't know. Is it both? You guys watch together? Hi, Josh. Can I say hi? Of course. Well, I'm going to say it anyway. Fair as fair can be. I like talking to people. I've said that my platform is open, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I plan to continue to do it. Like I said, if Chris and Katie wanted to come on and talk, I'm sure they don't. They don't owe me anything, but they could at any time. If they had an announcement, if they wanted to say something, yeah. The deal is, though, and everybody knows this, is that I'm going to ask questions. And I'm going to give you my opinion. If there's a problem with that, then they wouldn't come on. Tony knows that when we have conversations, that I'm going to ask questions that I feel that the answers could be, or that answers, I'm going to ask the questions to get answers that I'm interested in, which I think that my audience would be interested in. But like I said, one of the big reasons of doing it is I'm not going to let because I wanted to do it. That's it. And on top of that, nobody's going to deter me from doing what I want to do. Ever. It doesn't mean I'm bosom buddies or Eskimo cousins. Is that what I don't know. Tony's a fisherman, so none of that. None of that. So I do it because I like to. I like to have a conversation. I thought it was a fine conversation. Do I agree with everything that everybody does that I talk to? Of course not. Eskimo kiss. What's that? Is that like the butterfly kiss? When you go like this? Jones, and I watched your show earlier, and you were begging me not to strike you. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I would never do that. Okay. The next one is a little more psychotic. I don't know this one. This one's a little psychotic. Okay. Electro Destiny. That's a fucking stupid name. People don't care about your numbers or real people. I don't know what that means. It's you as a creator, and you have created enough harm to vulnerable families with trauma and tragedies. You can pretend you are famous or high almighty, but you are just one person that has done what you have done. Enough is enough. God, dude, what is wrong with these people? You think hiding behind some unlicensed party, they ain't going to save you, bro. Watch what is about to unfold right in front of you. You are a part of it. I kind of, you know what that kind of reminds me of is the speech that they in the show Taken. Like, you remember that? You don't know who I am, but I will find you. And I will make a sandwich out of what's in your refrigerator. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. This person's nuts. Absolutely, absolutely nuts. People don't care about your numbers or real. What is this thing about me being famous? Like, I'm not famous. I know that I'm not famous. What the hell does that mean? I know I'm terrified. I am. I'm terrified. Um, yeah, I get it. It seems like every John Deere ladder, like the person sucks at writing. Because usually, like the really nice things, and trust me, I get more nice mail than not, but I find it kind of comical to play these things because people are psychotic, and like I said, that's why I like to do those interviews, man. I people get pissed off all the time. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, and I don't really care. Uh-uh. Google sent me a message that I put something there for clicks and views, and I don't have to. Yeah, that's another thing, like the clicks and views thing. What is that about? So are there actual people out there that do shows that talk about stuff that don't actually want people to watch? Clicks and views. Isn't that the same thing, by the way? Clicks and isn't a click the same thing as a view? And isn't a view the same thing as a click? You can't view without clicking, and you can't click without viewing, right? They want to run you off the platform. They want you to be so embarrassed and humiliated that there's no room for you. I'm not going anywhere. I hate the clicks. Do it for clicks and views. Who started that shit? Probably this person. You do it for clicks and views. Do what for clicks and views? You mean are you telling me that there are actually people out there that don't want people to watch the stuff that they do? No. I don't know. I don't get it. Clicks and views. All you care about is clicks and views. Shut up. All you care about is stringing two stupid words together. Clicks and views, clicks and views. Well, I mean, I don't know what we're doing. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Some things do better than others, but who wouldn't want clicks and views? I guess technically you could click and move. I guess you could. That's true. That's definitely a possibility. What they do it for clicks and views. Clicks and views. Bubbles. Josh, I don't usually chat, but dang, I just have to say there are a whole bunch of children running around in adult bodies, and Electro Destiny just proved that theory even further. See, you know how to write. You know how to spell. You know about punctuation and things like that. What party do I belong to? I don't know. Clicks and views. I've never heard somebody say, I'm going to do this stream and God, I hope nobody watches. God, I hope nobody watches this TikTok. Everybody's here for the same reason. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. And it pisses people off when you get seen or heard if they don't like you. Just turn it off. I don't understand. Like everywhere I turned today, which I sort of expected, because last night kind of blew up with the video of the restaurant, which I don't have an opinion on. I'm not going to go into it. I just don't want to. Because I don't want to, and I do what I want when it comes to content, and I just don't feel like it. It's just not something that I'm into at the moment. I might feel different about it next week, but it's not really my. I'm not like I body language, all that stuff. I'm not good at any of that. I can't tell anything, and even if I could, I sure wouldn't share it. I asked where you were in Seth last night. So I got a call. I'll tell you this really quick. So I was supposed to be on. I think Justin was supposed to be on as well. And, they were just, there to kind of jog the memory and kind of keep the show going and sort of keep it flowing. But I think that what Seth needed to do last night was what he did. He needed to do that. And, it's not about me. There was thousands of people watching. I don't need to be there. Because it sounded like Seth needed to do what he wanted to do. I'm totally fine with that. I'll be on the next one, I guess. Completely fine. Completely fine. I don't even own a horse. Me neither. Never even ridden a horse. I would, though. I'd ride the shit out of a horse. I watched Yellowstone a lot. I've been really wanting to ride a horse. But like you would need a friggin' Clydesdale to hold me up. Yeah, I think that like I just would feel bad for the horse. He'd need some like Nike Air Maxes, like with spring. If I hopped on them, I just yeah, Justin. Wouldn't a high horse be better than a low horse? Yeah, I think so. Why do people have a problem with Seth having a channel and making money when people have made so much off his son? Because they're jealous. They want the money. They want it. They're the ones that want the notoriety and the money and the whatever. Yeah, me too. But I'm just saying, like, I've been wanting to ride a horse, and I just thought, like, I don't think I could. Like, I could. could saddle up for sure, but I'm telling you, dude, that horse would need to eat its Wheaties. Like, I don't think like guys like me ride horses, you know. Although Haas Cartwright rode a horse for a really long time. So I think if Haas Cartwright could ride a horse, I probably could too. But I'm telling you, I would need that like Lionheart horse or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know which one's worse. Maybe it's this one, but I hate your guts. Pathetic excuse for a man. How dare you side eye with them? Side eye with them? I don't even know what that means. Yeah, little Joe. He was tight. Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. I do. I love Little Joe. It's a great show. I know, but I just feel like if I sat on a horse, I would feel bad. I'd be like, plunk, and then the horse would be like, I can just imagine it right now, a poor horse. And when it goes, it's saying, get off of me, fat boy. I know. I do, but maybe one day. I love horses too. I think they're fantastic. I would love to ride a horse. That's all right. I would try and buck me off. I don't think it would be, well, it probably would. But like I said, if Haas Cartwright could ride a horse, I can ride one. You'll feel bad for your inner thigh muscles when you're done. That's what I'm saying too. It seems like a lot of work. Like I think about that sometimes when I watch Bonanza. Like they're like, I'm going into town. I'll be back later. And by later, they mean, 9 hours to go 3 miles there and back. And like, they come back and like, oh, little Frankie got bit by a rattlesnake. Like, you guys were just supposed to go to the mercantile. Yeah, he got bit by a rattlesnake and we had to amputate his leg. How'd you do that? Oh, I found a sharp rock and I had to saw it off, Pa. Oh, thanks, Sonia. Jesus, my God. Yeah, right. I mean, I've just, like I said, I've never ridden a horse before. Come during the Houston rodeo. I'll get you on a horse. That yeah, I would I think that my ass would be swollen. It would probably hurt. I don't want to ride a horse, but I do want to ride a horse, but I don't think I will. But like I'm telling you, like this is the kind of stuff, I knew that it would be controversial and that the people that hate me or hate Tony or hate Seth for whatever reason, that their little black Grinch hearts want to hate for, God bless them. I hope they find peace in their life. But I knew that, like, again, that my face would be all over the place again and that I would get told that, I'm a racist, I'm a scammer, I'm a plagiarist, I'm a, I don't know, a million, what, anything that you could say. I'm sure that that's what would be said. And of course it always is. But the one thing that I will say is that I just don't think that's like accurate. I just don't, I just, but it's just part of YouTube. It's part of being on the internet. And it's part of letting nameless and faceless people throw rocks at you and talk about situations that they don't know, or that they don't care to understand, or, so on and so on and so on. No, I'm not, but still, that's, I don't know. I don't even know if that matters anymore. I'm not a, no, I'm not a felon. I don't even have a criminal history. But you still get hated on, no matter what. It doesn't matter. Like, if you say, well, I'm not a felon, well, then somebody would be like, well, he should be. I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Whenever you put yourself out there, somebody will find something, and they'll sit there in a chat claiming that they hate you and listen to every word that you have to say because their favorite creator plays my stuff. I get reviewed constantly. Like, I don't know by how many channels when stuff like that happens. Like, it's probably upwards of 15 channels that probably, and they sit there and they criticize every single aspect of the interview while collecting super chats, while making fun of you, while mocking you, while telling you you're an idiot. And, it gets sort of monotonous, I guess. And then they say, oh, you made all this money from the, I have no, like, I could go look and tell you how much money I made on last night's stream. Hold on, let me see here. Here we go. Nice. $8. Got some views. $8. So that's a lie. I heard that one. Hey, Josh, you're explaining. Whatever, dude. Whatever. It's just, it's just so foolish. I didn't start up a live yesterday because I was asked to, going, yeah, baby, let's get some super chats going here. Contrary to popular belief, I am not motivated by money. I'm just not. It's not my sole purpose. It's nice, but it's not the first and foremost. Some people never understood how to control their emotions. Yeah, I guess most people are they're like lame money bags. Yeah, man, big time. And I also, I don't, yeah, I don't. And the thing is too, I've been told that people say, well, you'll get more this or that if you go longer. And it's just like, it's just really not, it's just not for me. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not going to go 3 hours. Like, I just can't. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Just never want to. And I'm not saying that I don't get like donations and super chats and stuff, but what I'm telling you is, like, I don't rake it in at all. I don't have a PayPal or a Cash App scrolling. I never will. I had in the past, but that was probably 3 years ago. And I was just like, I'm just not going to I just don't want to do that anymore. And, it is certainly absolutely affected the money that I would get donated. It just did. But I did that consciously because I didn't want to do that. I don't know. It just felt weird to me. Now I'm not saying that that's a bad thing and that people shouldn't do it, because everybody can do whatever they want. I just stopped. If you look, it's just weird, I don't do it. I don't know. Not sure. But my motivation for doing that show last night was nothing more than me being curious and wanting to ask questions and having a good rapport with Tony and Seth. And quite frankly, I have a pretty good rapport with Chris Proudfoot as well. I've talked to him online before. It wasn't the best situation, but I have a pretty good rapport with him as well. I got no reason to hate the guy. I don't like some of the things that he's done, just like I don't agree with some of the things that Seth has done. And I'm sure that they wouldn't agree with some of the things that I do. And that's the beauty of it, is that I can be fine with that and just move on. And we can all have our opinions, and we can all talk about, how moral we are and how this person's better than that person. I'm not better than anybody. The funny thing is, of all the things that is said about me, the fact that there are people that now lie and say that I plagiarized that letter, that one actually does get to me. That one gets to me because it's just a flat out lie. And I, with all my heart, regret even ever putting that out there. Swear to God. It's something that I regret doing. I don't know why. Yeah. Because I tell you that, God, that was so long ago. That was like close to 3 years, probably 2.5 years ago. Because I'll tell you why. Because I don't know. I swear to God, I put my heart and soul into it, and it meant something to me. I put my heart and soul into it, and it actually, the reason that I did it was because when that case was going on, and it's still going on, my heart was broken for a little child. And a lot of people enjoyed it, and then a lot of people turned it into something that it wasn't. And then they went on to say, well, he plagiarized this. I was accused of being a plagiarist because I would do these little mini docs where I would read like articles on my videos and if I didn't credit the article or put it at the bottom, I would get called a plagiarist. And, which is like, it wasn't like I was in school or anything, and these were very low viewed type, videos. It wasn't like I was making money hand over fist on any of them, but, it does. It does mean something to me. It means it means a lot to me, but that's why, I don't know. I just have regrets about it because, it was kind of weaponized against me, and people just would say awful things. And for somebody to say that, by the way, I mean, it's awfully specific to be plagiarized. Awfully specific. And it wouldn't be hard to figure out if it was at all. At all. But there's no proof of that because that never happened. And it was a very personal thing, and I wasn't going to do anything with it. It just basically, I remembered I was sitting right here one night. I was working on something, and what I did was, I was on the the notes. I don't know. Nobody ever said who I copied. The notes portion of my phone. And I was thinking about the Summer Wells case, and I remember it going just like this. It was like 2 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I remember I remember showing my grandma before anything, and I remember I was just, I'm sure people will take this and be like, I remember I was crying about it because it was shitty that that it was going on and that I felt the way that I felt about it. And I really enjoy your documentary type shows. Yeah, I'm actually getting back into those because I like doing them. And I do. I really enjoy doing them. And I let people kind of take that from me and take my joy. Of doing that. And it was to be top of your game. Thank you, baby kisses. It's very kind of you. Let's see. Jay's Dread. Who's that? Jay's Dread. Oh boy. Oh, I appreciate it. I'm going to get back into them. Matter of fact, I'm working on one right now. It's about the Virginia Tech shooting, the massacre that happened at Virginia Tech, and I'm in the middle of it right now. I don't know when it'll be done, but I'll be back to it probably a couple weeks. I don't know. Probably something like that. Yes, and the witness box is continuing as well. So there's a lot of good things to look forward to. And, even over the past couple of days, I hear these people say, I haven't seen Chris McDonough around Josh or Dr. Gary. Dude, like, We're like the three amigos, bro. Like they're my friends. And I should tell you something. That they didn't believe the hype either, ever. Or the bullshit that was spewed. Because trust me, he looked into it. God bless him. He ain't going nowhere, dude. That's my boy. McDonough's my homeboy. Love him. You can hate him all you want. There's no reason to. They lie about him too. You know, Chris McDonough sent 3 boys to prison. It's like, what the fuck? You can't just send people to prison. Yeah, and I'm doing one tomorrow. We're doing one tomorrow. Yeah. Those are my dudes, man. We're good. They're good people. Eric, if you send me an email, I will get those. He's hard to get a hold of. But if you have specific questions, please feel free. And I would be fine to ask him. I think he just did it. Did you see the show that he did on it? I really appreciate your honesty when you talk about the letter you wrote. You wrote it from the heart, and we connected to it. Yeah, and I don't think I'll ever write another one again, to be honest with you. Josh, I'm old 209 and I have to be up at 7. I'm laying down listening, just not chatting anymore. I appreciate you. Thank you. You have a good night. Have a fantastic night. Yeah, it's good. He did a really good job. How'd that happen? Wait, what's going on here? Golly. All right, that's better. Josh, do you still have the video with you reading the letter? I think it's on the lab still, I think. I know that was kind of the point. I wanted to make it seem like, yay, like jazz hands or whatever. I can't even remember the last time I even listened to that. It's been a long time. People tell me, people comment about it a lot, and you know, I don't know, but the whole, you know, plagiarizing that letter, it's just it's so sick, it's stupid, and it's ridiculous, and it never happened, and you could never prove that it happened because it never did happen. Just like 90% of the other bull crap that people talk about, you know. I mean, one of the razor blade situation, like I don't send anybody anything. It's friggin' weird, to be honest with you. Like, I would never, ever, ever, ever send anybody anything like that to suggest that they should do ever, ever, ever harm themselves in any way whatsoever. Never, ever in my life. Never. But those are the kind of things that you have to deal with. And people just say stuff, like say whatever they want. Just like I can say whatever I want, just like I can interview anybody that I want. And I do. And I will. It's weird. Matter of fact, you know what? I haven't listened to it in a long time. Might as well. I'm going to play it. I am going to play it. Right meow. and then we'll run it through a plagiarizer check. Boom, boom, boom. Let's play it. Are there people that haven't? Are there some people that haven't heard it? How do I move myself? Okay, well, that's. If you haven't heard it, put a 1 in the chat. I'm curious. I'll plagiarize one. Okay, so you guys haven't heard this, or some people haven't. Let me get this off the. Here we go. Let me fix. God, it's been a long time. All right, here we go. What were the final moments like? You may not be dead, but no matter what, life as you know it has changed. You have parents, brothers, friends. What do you have now? Strangers? A fate worse than that? Abusive strangers? Are you even still with us? Where are you, Summer? If you're alive, are you safe? If you're alive, are you in danger? If you were dead, how and who did it? You aren't with your family, the family you knew. Sure, living conditions may not be ideal, but you knew it was home. You knew your mom and dad. And we don't get to choose who our parents are. The universe just manifested a lottery of life. There's a lot of people looking for you. There's a lot of people talking about you. Some true, some not. It's hard to tell. But you didn't deserve this. No child deserves this. Whatever this is, you don't deserve it. Sometimes the people we count on to protect us do the most harm. Sometimes it's physically, sometimes it's mentally, sometimes it's both. And sometimes there are strangers that we come into contact with that want to do us harm. Oftentimes our guardians and protectors expose us to situations and people that want to do us harm. And our protectors are flawed humans. But at 5, it's hard for you to tell. Sometimes they put their needs and interests above their children's. They don't always mean to, they just can't help themselves. It's how they were raised, and it might not have been in them to change that. Sometimes I think about the short existence that some people face in this world, wondering, that was life as they knew it. 5 years old and you vanish off the face of the earth. You didn't do that on your own. You had help getting to wherever you are. Wherever that is, I hope it's safe, though I fear it's not. I don't know who did what to you, or where they put you, or how they left you, but somebody did it. And it will be fall soon, and the leaves will start to turn colors, will start to get a little colder out. Pretty soon you'll be able to smell the chimney smoke from the distant houses. And most of us will go on with our lives running the rat race in hopes that one day we'll get a notification or a text saying they found you. I hope that day comes. We want closure. We want to know what happened. And we want to see justice served. If you are alive, crimes in your name have been committed and people should pay. It's a tough world out there, but I'm afraid you may already, at the tender age of 5, learn that life lesson far before you were supposed to. I don't even know you personally, but I know a lot of kids just like you. Innocent, doe-eyed kids who like to get dirty and run around and be loud. That's all any of us ever wanted to do as kids. Annoy our parents, cuddle with them when we are scared in hopes that they will tell us everything would be okay. There's a lot of people here that wish they could tell you everything is going to be okay. My grandpa used to say, we got to do better. Even when we're doing good, he says, we still got to get better. I think what he meant is we got to do better for our kids, for our family, for ourselves. Because if we can't be better for us, how are we going to be better for you kids? Our hope is your disappearance was not in vain, that maybe some light can be found in this. It takes something major to break the cycle of abuse in families. Hopefully this is what breaks the cycle, so the next couple of generations can live a good, healthy life. It's not fair that you had to be the catalyst for this. Nevertheless, you are a hero, whether you know it or not. Kids go missing all the time. Some make it back home, some never do. Who decides? I will never know. Just know you didn't deserve this, whatever this is. And I hope that justice will be served. Whoever did this. Anyway, so yeah, that was 2.5 years ago. And it brings back some memories. I tell you that. Um, like I said, I put my heart into that a lot, and for people to just trash it, it's there's nothing you can do about that. To say that, I mean, that's like I said, it's awfully specific. So anyway, uh, yeah, yeah, that brings back a lot of memories and a lot of them. I would hope that they can find her. Sucks. Good night, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for talking in the chat, and thank you for the super stickers and the gifted memberships. It's always not that it matters, but I found Josh before I found Chris. Did I lead you to Chris? Love you. I love you too, Lulu. Very much. You guys are awesome. You guys have a good night. Thank you.